one of the biggest driver in the prices of the market is the use of oil-based power plants. As a general observation, we found out that when the oil consumption was at the rate of 2.5%, we would expect market prices to be above 5 pesos per kilowatt hour. On the other hand, if the oil consumption or the oil share increases by 7 to 10%, we would expect market prices to be in the range of 8 pesos per kilowatt hour or higher. Mostly the increases in the use of oil-based generation are due to lower availability of cheaper energy alternatives such as coal-fired power plants, hydroelectric power plants, and geothermal power plants. Another major driver in the prices of the market are the locations in the system. This represents the congestion and the transmission losses. You would observe from the map as well as from the graph that in the first 10 months of our operation, transmission congestion and losses did not factor in as far as market prices is concerned. It was only in the last few months of market operation where we noticed a significant increase in the price differences from one location to another. Like in the particular case of June 2007, the price difference between the load-rich area of Mexico Pampanga and the generation-rich area of Batangas could reach as high as 1 peso per kilowatt hour. This is what we call the cost of congestion within the power system. In terms of transaction and volume, the total energy scheduled and through the market, I started at about 3,100 gigawatt hours in the first month of our operation. It gradually increased to 3,600 gigawatt hours at the end of our 1 year of operation. It should be noted, however, that these are gross generation or gross energy, and the actual settlements in the market deals only with the actual spot transaction. Actual spot transaction is represented by the red bars, which in the initial phase of the market started at about 44%, then it eventually went down to 15% when most of the customers decided to enter into bilateral agreements with the National Power Corporation and with other generators. This red bar, in terms of value, ranged from about 6 billion per month of settlement, and it would also go down to about 2,000 or 2.1 billion per month in terms of value of settlement. Now we go to the market operator performance. The market management system, which is actually the platform that supports our day-to-day operation, have shown great level of reliability. At this point, we are at 99.66% system availability. However, this was not the case in the initial operation of the market, wherein in the first month we had to do a lot of fine-tuning and adjustments in our system to come up with an optimum performance for our market management system. This will be described in greater details in the following slides. One of the more critical function of the market operator is to have a good load forecasting ability. This load forecasting accuracy is measured in terms of the mean absolute percent error and also by the forecast error rates. As you could see from the initial phase of the market, we started at about 1.6% mean absolute percent error. However, with constant refinements in our processes and system, we were able to bring it down to below 1%. Now, in the case of the forecast error rate, which is actually the number of trading intervals that exceeded more than 3% forecast error, we started at about 12.8%, but gradually improved on it until we hit a percent performance of about 1. We would like to improve some more on this forecasting ability as we go through our market operations for the following year. In terms of dispatch scheduling and pricing, we actually run 3 programs, one for real-time market and the other for the market projections. For the real-time dispatch or RTD, our success rate is about 99.42%. For the expos, the success rate is about 99.44%. Most of the unsuccessful runs are attributable to internal problems in the market management system, and also in situations where we were not able to get real-time information from the energy management system of the system operator. Now, when it comes to the market projection, we have the day-ahead projection, which runs about 6 times in a day. The success rate for this is about 99.63%, with 8 unsuccessful runs throughout the years. For the week-ahead projection, which is run once a day, our success rate is about 9.18%. Unsuccessful run was limited to 3. In terms of market transaction costs, we could interpret market transaction costs in 2 ways. One is through the relative value of the transaction value in the market, in which case our maximum is about 1.63%. However, because we were not able to immediately collect on the market fees for the first 3 months of operation, our average market transaction cost is about 0.6% of the transaction value. Another way of measuring market transaction cost is to use the gross energy volume that was scheduled through the market. If you look at the red line, it shows here that the maximum transaction cost in terms of gross energy volume is around 1.2 centavos per kilowatt hour, and it went down to 1 centavo per kilowatt hour. Total, the average for the month is about 0.7 centavos per kilowatt hour of market transaction cost. To keep pace with the challenges in market operation, we had to continuously improve our operations. And one of the major or fundamental changes that we had to do are changes in the WESM rules and procedures. Throughout the years, we were able to do some 39 changes in our documents. And a bulk of them were during 2006 when we had the initial operation of the market. We had actually 18 WESM manuals, and all of these are downloadable from our website. And this WESM manual underwent 23 changes in our operation of the market. For the WESM rules, we have undergone 16 changes for a total of 39. This would be roughly equal to about 1 document change per year. And this makes the Rules Change Committee one of the busiest in our committees under the PEMCOD. Rules changes range from governance, dispatch scheduling and pricing, market network models, and settlements and metering. In particular, one of the changes that we made in our market management system was to upgrade our communication link from E1 to E2, meaning from a bandwidth of 2 Mbps to 8 Mbps. This eliminated our problems with synchronization of databases, which significantly improved the availability of our system. We also did a lot of additional firewalls to keep the security of the system, a lot of fine-tuning of the system configurations for optimum performance in terms of processing speed, memory allocation, and overall system availability. We also developed our own in-house systems to monitor all the processes. This helps us to preempt any workflow stoppages and shorten the system downtime. Because of the additional requests of most of the market participants, we also developed a business development external services system that allows us to extract data from our main system to provide services to participants, special interest groups like investors, and the general public. To top it all, we developed a 3-year IS/IT plan which will guard against obsolescence of existing system and components and to maintain the high level of reliability of the market management system. In fact, the Philippine Electricity Market Board has earmarked a 150 million peso budget to do this 3-year IS/IT plan.